Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we've got a quick one. I was doing my final Grandmaster's Gauntlet run with the final key that we got for compensation, and I was able to test out Ascended rank 5 6-star Scorpion here. I had used him before and I did not get a good solo on this Mojo fight, but the Ascension, just that extra little boost in stats, was enough to get a really clean solo here. So before we roll the clip, I just want to talk about this a little bit. Now, essentially, this Mojo is one of the most dangerous Mojos in the entire game. As you can see, the health pool is quite large, which means there's a lot of time for things to go south. Additionally, he is going to be fulfilling prompts every so often, like randomly on his own, which means even if you play perfectly, it's possible that his little persistent charges are going to go up, and then if you proc dexterity or any kind of buffs and all that, you are going to just degen. It also has a stagger, which is just going to like remove your buffs even quicker. I just remember this Mojo being really dangerous the first time I fought him. I think I used Horseman Archangel just to blitz through him, and like the first time I did the Gauntlet, it went really well and I got a solo, and then the second time I went through it, even with Horseman Archangel, like a 6-star rank 3, it just got ugly. Like something went wrong. I couldn't get the neuros up, and then I had to just keep reviving because he had his persistent charges. He was starting every fight ramped up, and it was just a bit of a nightmare. So for most people, I would recommend just bring in a buff immune like Titania or Spider-Man 2099, but I wanted to have a little bit of fun and see if we could take in a champion like Scorpion, who is very powerful, who has a lot of damage, but does not have that buff immune utility, and see if we can rely on his tankiness, on his ability to take some hits, the inequity mastery, a really high block proficiency, and see if we can just burst him down. Now, the final thing I'll say before we roll the clip is that Mojo has negative physical resistance, and when resistances go into the negative, they actually have an even stronger effect than when they're in the positive. That's just because of the way diminishing returns work. So anytime you face a negative resistance champion, then if you're doing that type of damage, it's going to do even more than you expect. So that's why we are going with the Rupture debuffs here, because those count as bursts of physical damage, and they're just going to hurt Mojo even more. So with that, it's not a perfect fight, but I do end with a lot of health, and it is a solo. So let's get this clip rolling right about now. All right, so as we said, these are the nodes. Basically, he's going to be staggering you, and he's going to be fulfilling prompts. That's all you need to know. Otherwise, it's just a big old dangerous Mojo. So we're doing medium. I'm kind of keeping track of the prompts because as best as I can, I don't want to be fulfilling them. You can see our block proficiency again. We're getting these perfect parries, which is really nice. I'm just going to throw special ones and try to get into a cycle of throwing my special one and baiting. Now, I tried to parry the hit, and I absolutely got hit, but because of the inequity mastery, we took barely any damage. And my parry timing is something I didn't practice, and it's something that's going to hurt me a couple more times, but there we did nail it. Like I said, I'm trying to parry the first hit of his special one, and right now again it's just we throw our special ones, he throws his special ones, we use our striker, which is always nice, kind of makes content a little bit easier. We're not doing anything fancy, we're not even going for our special 2. Right there I missed the parry again, but as you can see, it's basically no damage at all. This Captain America relic I believe is only a 4-star, so it's not really doing much except for giving us the striker, but so far so good. We have managed to keep his crowd excitement, or that's not the right term, but his prompts are only at 4. We don't want to get it to 5. We don't want to start getting those hater buffs on us, so we do need a little bit of good luck here. Making sure not to dex, that's why we're blocking a ton. We're just taking blocked hits, and we're regenning a little bit off of the staggers. That time I don't do anything fancy, I just full on block it. And then we throw another special one. So we're constantly keeping the pressure on here. Now we have the dodge mechanic. So again, we're not dodging back. We're not dexing. We're trying to avoid any kind of buffs or anything like that. His prompts are still at 4, so that's looking pretty good. We just completely block it. Go for another special one, keeping the pressure on. As I said, that time he auto-fulfilled a prompt, and we did get a hater buff, so that is going to degen us a little bit. We're at 5. which means things could start escalating if we don't burst him down now, because he's just going to be giving us hater buffs and all that. Now here we go, keeping it around 10 ruptures at a time is sort of our goal, and I'm hoping that one more power sting is going to get him down. We get a good prompt there with dodge a hit, we can totally avoid that, and hoping that this special one kills him. It doesn't quite do it. But we've still got 10 debuffs on him. We're going to use our striker one more time and go into a special 1, and then the final special 2 that he throws will never happen, and he goes down just like that, under 100 hits, almost 900,000 health. And Scorpion Ascended has a very clean run against one of the hardest fights in the game, which is Mojo from Gauntlet. So anyway, that's all I wanted to show you all today, is just how powerful this Scorpion is. He is a really good option for the Gauntlet if you still have a couple more runs to do and want to have a little bit of fun. No regrets on this decision to make him my first Ascended champion. Hope you enjoyed the fight, and I'll catch you in the next one.